Everyone, it's Angela Allen. Welcome back to the Handmade Homestead and Garden. Well, today I'm going to give you my 5 best tips for winterizing your container grown strawberries. Let's go. Now, these 5 tips work for any container grown plants. Anything that you grew in the spring and summer outside in containers. It doesn't matter if you bring the containers in or if you leave them out all year. It doesn't really matter what zone you live in, but we're going to talk about that as we go along too. So let's go outside and I'll show you how I grow my strawberries and we'll get to work. All right, here we go. So this is how I grow my container grown strawberry plants. I use a green stalk. This happens to be the leaf planter version. I love green stalks. If I had enough room on my deck, I'd have a million, and I can probably still fit a few more. So this entire planter is full of strawberries, except for the very top row. The very top row has parsley and some sage, which isn't enjoying the cold, but the parsley obviously is enjoying the cold. The strawberries have started to die back. That's kind of what I've been waiting for to be able to winterize them. I have another green stalk. This one has mostly herbs. It has some flowers at the bottom, but some other things. This was basil. As you can see, basil does not like the cold. Thyme. There's oregano. These are calendula flowers. And as you can see, they don't mind the cold at all. So for the past several weeks, these have been sitting up here close to the house because it's a little bit of a windbreak and a little bit warmer for them. And you can see they're still doing really, really well. Now, you don't have to grow in green stalks for this 5 points to make a difference for you. It doesn't matter what kind of container you use. It only matters that it is a container and that you want to winterize it to protect plants that you want to come back again next year. So tip number 1, know your climate. We're in zone 7A here on the east coast of Rhode Island. So I know that these will survive outside as long as I do the care necessary to protect them. Next year, this planter will be full of strawberries for our family to enjoy. But if you live in zone 6A or below, you're going to need some extra steps to keep your plants surviving the winter, extra warm, and thriving for next year too. Plants in containers get a lot colder than plants in the ground. In the ground, they've just got that mass of the ground to keep them warmer and to keep them more moist. So your plants in containers definitely will get colder, so they do need extra steps to protect them. Tip number 2, trim and mulch the crowns or the plants after they go dormant, not before. So you can see that these plants aren't completely dormant yet. They're just starting to dry back, but most of them have. So these can be trimmed off. You're going to trim them off to the top of the crown, and you're going to leave some of the green there. And then you're going to mulch them really well. Once they become dormant, trimming off all of the extra dead leaves and foliage and twigs and runners that came up that you didn't use for plants, trimming all that stuff off becomes really important. It helps remove pests and diseases and leaves that become moldy or mildew laden or bacteria or wilt laden just because they've died and they're just hanging out and literally rotting on the crown of the plant. Trimming it off and removing that stuff from the container helps decrease the spread of disease and pests, and will give you a healthier crop next year. Trust me, it is important. Remove them from the green stalk or the container altogether. Throw them in your compost pile. Throw them in your trash. It doesn't matter, but just get them out of the container. Now with strawberries, you don't really want to bury the crowns super deep because they may not come up again next year. They're really susceptible to stuff like rot. So you want to mulch them with something that's breathable, like hay or wood chips. Don't mulch them with just compost and bury them. Now for other plants, that might not matter, but it does matter for strawberries. But again, breathable mulch that doesn't promote rot in your plants, because that brings us to number 3. You have to water the plants. You have to water the plants. Plants need water even in the winter. And anytime the soil temperature is above 40 degrees in the winter, you're going to water them again. Not a lot, just a little. You can go through and just put a little water in each pocket. You don't have to water down through and get all of the soil soaked, because if it's going to freeze again the next night, that's going to all freeze. So they do need water or they will die. Ask me how I know. One of my first years working with green stalks and container grown strawberries, it's the first time I grew them where they weren't in the ground in a garden bed. I had put them in a green stalk planter. I did cut them back and I did mulch them and I did bring them into my sunroom area. The problem is, it never dawned on me that I had to water them. I don't know why. I've been gardening for, I'm 63, so almost 40 years. But it didn't dawn on me to water these things, you guys. And the next year, every single plant, all 80 or 90 plants that were in this, 100 plants that were in this, died. And I had to replace them. Lesson learned. And I don't know why that didn't dawn on me, but it didn't. So water them. Water them when you first winterize them, and then every time it gets around 40 degrees or higher in your space and they're getting dry, water them again. If they're not dry, then obviously you don't need to, but if they are, then we need to water them and water them. Okay. Number 4, move your containers. If you can put them in an unheated garage or, like me, into a sunroom, that's really great. If you can't, and they do need to stay out all year round, move the containers closer to your house or to a building, especially the sunny side of the building, so they will be warmer and they will get a little more sun heat off of the building to help them survive the winter. Now, depending, again, on your climate, where you live, what your planting zone is, will depend on how much that's necessary for you. Again, for us, we get down in the low 20s. We will get down to the low teens. It's extremely rare here in Rhode Island. Again, because we're coastal and we're on an island, the ocean moderates our temperature pretty well, so we usually don't get below freezing. Our wind chill factor can, but our temperature doesn't always. Once in a while, very rarely, it will get down that low. But we do get snow and we do get a lot of wind here, and we do get a lot of rain too. So we move them, like right now they're really close up next to the side of my sunroom. And I will move them in once they're winterized. I will move them into the sunroom just to protect the plants. It will allow me to be able to use herbs like this parsley and this thyme and this oregano. It will allow me to use them almost all winter long if I move them into the sunroom. Now, the sunroom is not heated, obviously, except for from the sun, but it is up against the side of my house on one end. So we do come in and out of that door quite often with the dogs. So it does get a little bit of heat in there. And I can leave things like sweet potatoes and squash and onions in that sunroom all the way up until about mid-December. And then usually late December, January, February, I kind of have to bring them in because it does get cold enough in there to freeze them. If you're in a really cold climate, find some place to offer them a little bit of protection if you want them to survive until next year. And number 5, cover them. Green Stalk, if you're growing in a Green Stalk does make a cover to fit these that you can purchase, or you can use something that you have. I would recommend that you use something breathable and not a sheet of plastic. So cover them with burlap, cover them with floating row cover fabric, or garden fleece, some people call it. Not netting necessarily, but the water permeable cover that's pretty much solid, lets light in, lets air in. I wouldn't recommend plastic. If plastic is all you have, then plastic is what you have. That's what you use. But just make sure on really warm and really sunny days that you go out and you open that plastic up and let the plants get some air. Let them breathe a little bit. Covering your plants is a really great way to help them, again, especially if you're in a colder climate than zone 7, because just by putting a cover on your container plants, you can raise the inside temperature of the soil about 10 degrees. And 10 degrees is pretty significant. That's almost a whole growing zone. So remember that. If you need to cover them, you can. Just remember, if you use a product that isn't breathable, like a plastic, you have to come out and let the plant breathe. Give it some oxygen, open it up, or don't wrap it quite as tight to facilitate some air movement in and around the plant to help reduce disease and to help keep it from dying. So those are my 5 tips to help you get your strawberries through the winter season and to have bucket loads of fruit next year. And don't forget, in the spring, right in the spring, uncover them as promptly as you can and get them fertilized. Make sure you water them. Make sure you keep them a little bit warm, but not too warm. You want them to stay dormant. And let me know down below if you find this helpful at all. And if you do, please like and subscribe. It helps us so much with the algorithm. We are actively trying to grow this channel, and your support is so appreciated. I will see you next time. Take care.